Welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. Brought to you by Blue Sky Business Consulting. We discuss 5 questions in about 15 minutes. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. We are always excited to have you joining us. I'm excited to welcome our guest today. This is Marc Braun. He is a CEO coach as well as the CEO of Encouraging Leaders, the company, and he is out of St. Louis, Missouri. Marc, thank you so much for taking time to join me on the podcast. Tell us a little bit more about your business, Encouraging Leaders, and as well as a podcast that you have going.
Yeah. Well, Sean, great to be here with you. Encouraging Leaders was founded 3.5 years ago after spending 30 years in business. My background's in chemical engineering, so I spent the time in manufacturing all the way up from chemical engineer to sales and sales leader to CEO, and spent the last 13 years running a small firm in St. Louis. And I had to decide whenever I exited there, and the owners named a new president, worked through that, if I was ready for the next role, or whether I needed to do another CEO role. And the next role, which is what I had always loved, I had found the power of coaching in my own life. 20 years ago, I hired my first coach, and I had watched my rate of growth double every time I had a coach and stall every time that I didn't have somebody else in my life speaking into my leadership. And so decided to start a firm, a coaching firm, and invite other CEOs into that. And so we've been doing that for 3.5 years. And it's just such a wonderful way to give back into the community and into the business world, which I love.
That's fantastic. And you have a podcast called Encouraging Leaders. Is that right?
We do, actually. Yeah. We started a podcast a little over a year ago where we encourage CEOs and aspiring CEOs that they don't have to lead alone, that they can do it in community, that they can have support, that they can ask for help. That was one of my most important lessons in life, was that I didn't have to lead alone. And it changed my life completely. And so I want other people to receive that gift, whether they find a coach and a support system with us or somebody else. I don't care. I just want them to be supported and know that they can ask for help.
No, it's really important. I'm glad you're doing that. It's a great give back. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get started with our questions. Now, Marc, occasionally a team will kind of fall into a lull as far as their energy levels are concerned. What's one idea that you have on how leaders can kind of re-energize their teams?
It is you as the leader or me as the leader. And my energy is what actually sets that pace or doesn't set that pace. So the first thing I do is look inward and see where my energy is. I have to have solid 9:30 to 5 a.m. a sleep pattern. And so if I lose that, my energy goes down. If I don't have good quiet prayer meditation time in the morning and my energy is not solid whenever I get in, it will impact the entire team. So the first thing I do is to look at my energy and see where is it. If you have one person that's down, I go in and ask them, how are they? What's going on for them? But if I have a team that's disengaged, it is most likely me, not them. And I need to look at my own energy first. Once I'm calm and steady, I can go in to assess whatever the energy loss is and then help them feel like they're cared for and loved by me, encouraged, which is what I want them to feel, and then ready to go out and grow. Because it's a stall in growth whenever their energy is down. And so I want growth for them. And so I want to be able to help them in any way I can.
Great words. I love the idea of kind of looking inward first, because typically if it's the whole team, that's usually a reflection of the leadership. And so,
yeah. And I think that's the normal. It's normal for leaders to say, okay, my team is not doing it. So I need a different team. I need different people on the team. And the first thing is self-reflection.
Very good. All right. Question number 2, how can leaders promote learning within their company?
Yeah. Well, first of all, they need to be lifelong learners themselves. Again, look inward first. And so the key is that I'll give you a parenting one. I've got adult children now. We've got 4 boys, and watching them grow, I learned really quickly that as adults, as they were transitioning, they did not want to hear what I knew. They were fine with hearing what I was learning. And so I share what I'm learning with the team often and ongoing. And I ask them what they are learning. And so just basically having a real open dialogue, sharing what I'm learning with them, exposing them to the things I'm exposed to, bringing them with me, inviting them in to that learning, and then asking how they're doing with that. The other thing is that all of our team members, we focus on coachability and coaching. And so all of our team members, before they join the team, need to exhibit coachability. But we basically ask them to tell me as their leader, where are they wanting to grow? Where are they feeling like they want to be in 3 to 5 years? And then set a plan on how to do that. And so when learning has purpose behind it because they have articulated what they want to go out and do in life, and now they're learning for that purpose, and you can say, remember, you said you wanted to go here, and now learning has a purpose behind it. And so making sure that they can feel that from me, I can share what I'm wanting to learn in 3 to 5 years, where I want to be in 3 to 5 years, and I'm learning towards that, and then asking them to do the same thing. And that's how we invite people into learning.
I really like that. Yeah. And having that purpose behind the learning will increase the engagement, the drive, and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So finding purpose in the learning. I like that.
Finding purpose in the learning, and then watching for signs of engagement and disengagement, and knowing that if they're disengaged, it's because we have not aligned their purpose with their learning. Because learning is fun, play is fun. And when people are learning and growing, it is an engaged human being. So we got to watch for signs of disengagement.
Agreed. That's a wonderful comment. Question number 3, and this is kind of a tough one, especially for someone that's experienced as you, because when we talk about delegation, sometimes there are multiple things, but is there one tip that you have or one idea on how to effectively delegate that you can share?
Yeah, I think delegation gets first of all, it's complicated because often when we think about it is, I want to get rid of the things that I don't like to do. And so I delegate those tasks. So an example would be, I don't like to mow lawns. And so I want to delegate that task to somebody else. The problem with that mentality is it's not, there's nothing wrong with not wanting to mow the grass. But if I can build the team with people who have a diverse set of skills and desires, so I want to find somebody that loves and has passion for mowing the grass, that then I can invite them to mow the grass because they're going to improve it compared to what I'm doing. When I'm mowing the grass, literally, I do not like it. So I do it as fast